Good morning. Welcome to Quilt Chat. Boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. We have several magnificent international quilt exhibits. They're all going to be shown on the first floor of the convention center. And so we brought some of those to talk about, didn't we?
The first floor of the convention center where, Bonnie? At Fall Paducah.
At the Fall Paducah QuiltWeek.
Don't forget, we're so used to talking about it here. We just go right into it, but we hope you'll be there to see them with us.
Right.
Yes. So today we have Noriko Endo's quilts with us, in front of us and behind us. And this one, if you'll notice, she uses the tulle over it and little teeny tiny bits of fabric and threads and all sorts of beautiful things, and captures them behind there and then quilts them down.
Yeah, I read that she puts the tiny pieces of fabric directly on her batting. So she is able to, that would give it a pretty good hold, I think, if you were just placing it on. And then she covers it with the tulle, and then she does the machine stitching like painting over the top.
So there are thousands of little snippets of fabric making up these quilts. And she's quilted with both variegated thread and different colors of thread.
Just beautiful.
Just to add a whole little dimension to the quilt. The one behind us is called Autumn, and it looks like you could walk right through that group of trees.
It does.
Doesn't it?
I think she has a special love affair with trees.
Well, and Noriko will be here at the show. She'll be teaching, and I know there are just a few spots left in some of those classes. So you can still register for some of her classes.
Right. Learn confetti naturescapes directly from Noriko. How wonderful.
Yes.
That's fascinating.
All right, and we have another exhibit.
Another exhibit that I'm especially excited about is the Pam Holland exhibit. Pam has given us an interview for American Quilter magazine recently. So in the next issue, which will be the November issue, you'll see an interview with Pam Holland, and it's going to be really good. But in the meantime, you can stop by that exhibit and see some of the quilts, like That Darn Cat Again is the name of this one.
There has to be a story that goes with that.
Pam says that this is a world-famous cat, simply because it has been taught to so many classes. This is not the picture of a cat itself. This is a thread painting on a photograph, as she so often does, and it's just gorgeous. It's
and of
really,
course,
really pretty.
Pam's technique is she travels all over the world, and she's an excellent photographer. She takes photographs, and then she adapts those photographs into her quilts.
Right.
Wow.
And so she does a lot of thread painting, doesn't she?
She does. And another one is called Africa that you will see here, and it has gotten worldwide acclaim as well. It's very familiar, and just this is not directly a photograph. This is stitched. The lines in this woman's face are stitched. It's just gorgeous.
How many colors of thread must she have
Wow.
to make this happen?
I don't know. And Pam's from Australia. So
Yes.
we've got Noriko from Japan and Pam from Australia.
And then you'll remember last week we talked about Danny Amazonas and his special exhibit, and he'll be doing a demo at 1 o'clock each day of the show down in the first floor convention center. And then we have one more international exhibit. It's called Australia Wide 5. And these quilts will be displayed over at the gallery in the Paducah School of Art and Design. And it's real easy to get there. We have a shuttle that'll go from the Expo Center to the pavilion, and then it'll pop over and drop them off at the School of Art and Design, and it'll just make a route to come pick them up, too.
It's a fun place to visit, too.
It is.
The school is.
All right, well, you know.
We have a question about the name of this, and I believe it is called LAKESIDE SOLACE. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, you are correct.
Double check.
You are correct.
Thank you for quilt tagging all of the quilts.
Yes.
And we do like to give credit, don't we?
We absolutely
We
do.
want people to know who made these beautiful pieces.
Oh, I wanted to say one more thing about Pam Holland. Something really interesting that she is doing. She is making a 236 foot, not inch, foot long quilt. She's making an interpretation of the biotapestry, calling it the biotapestry to quilt is the name of it. So she talks about that a little bit in the magazine interview. So
And that's a multi-year project. She's been working
Absolutely.
on it for
Many
a while
years.
already.
many years.
Well, we'll look forward to being able to see that somewhere along
Maybe
the way.
she'll let us share that some year.
I'll have to figure
I think
out
it's underway.
where would we
She calls
hang?
it her life's work.
where would we hang a 236 foot long?
All
You'd
the
have
way
to go
around,
like this.
all the way around the exhibition hall, I guess.
Well, anyway, she makes fabulous quilts, and I can't wait to see that because I know she's done embroidery and every applique, a lot of
Right.
applique on that. Well, we have the special contest this year, and that everybody out there gets to cast one vote to vote. And it's a very simple process. And so we've set up an iPad here so that I can actually walk you through how you do that voting. So I've already inserted my email address, and you will have to do that too to sign in. And so I am going to click on that, and it will come up with the 15 first place winners in our contest.
Which these are not, by the way. These are
No.
samples.
Yeah, this was how we tested the system. These happen to be some viewers' choices from previous shows, but we needed quilts so that we could test the mechanism. And so you can click on one quilt, and a bigger version of it will come up. And so you can say, cast my vote, but it also can say, go back. I want to go look at some details on some of these other quilts. All right, and so you can just sit there and look at these until you're ready to cast your vote
So you can go back as many times as you want.
as many times as you want until you cast your vote. And even then, I'm going to say, cast my vote, and thank you for voting. And so every IP address that's attached to the computer that you're voting from will get one single vote. And the quilt that has the most votes will become the Janome America Best of Show. The wall quilt with the most votes will be the Gamble Best Wall Quilt. And then we have 5 additional awards, and so it'll be the next top 5 vote getters.
Now,
So-
these have already been picked by the judges to a certain degree, right?
Yes, as a matter of fact, this weekend, the judges will be in town doing the preliminary judging. So we have 3 expert judges, and they will be picking the first, second, third, and honorable mention in each category. And what you're going to see on the screen here will be only the first place winners. And anybody can vote from anywhere. You can vote from your phone, your smartphone. You can vote from an iPad or your home computer. Or if you're at the show, we have 3 different voting stations that we'll have set up. So we
And people
want
to help, too.
and people to help, and really we want you to vote. You get to be the judge this time. So that's actually something that no show has ever done before.
As far as we know.
And we like to be first, and we can't wait to have them be a part of this whole judging process.
Yes.
Yes, well, there's lots of other things going on at the show, and so I want to make sure that you go to QuiltWeek.com, click on the Fall Paducah show, and we just uploaded the show book. So if you want to go in there and check out the vendor map,
catalog.
the vendors,
It is.
Sorry.
we have 2 books. Oh, well,
This
I'll
is
talk
not
about the
the
show
show
book
book.
first.
No.
But if you want to look at the parking,
always looks
the maps of where the park and ride is, which is going to be at Kentucky Oaks Mall this year, everything that's in the show book that you get at the show is online right now as a PDF. So you can go in and take a look at it. You can print out parts of it if you want, or you can print the whole thing if you want. It's, 160 pages, I think. It's a big book. But we also have some other details that would be of interest. If you want more information about the contest voting, there's a tab for that. Also, dining at the show, we always have the food tent outside so that you can come and eat.
It's one of my favorite parts.
Yes,
Mine too.
barbecue. We get to have barbecue next week. We also have a charity at each show, and this year we are doing the Hope Unlimited. It's a local group that works with family counseling, and they can always use some things, t-shirts, underwear, and they work with the whole family, so it can be for children or mom or dad. It could be any of those sizes. And so there will be a big blue tub in the atrium of the convention center that you can drop those things off. So we hope you'll help them out. And then we have 2 sanctioned events, the National Quilt Museum, and they have a lot of activities going on, and the Paper Pieces and Quilt Mania are sponsoring Wileen Hammerstein over at the at 950 Park Avenue. It's a special building that they've rented to be able to show off. They're going to debut quilts from her latest book and then show the quilts from all of her other books.
Oh, wow, cool.
I can't wait to see that.
I know. So if you're into Mille Fiori, that's where you need to be. Make sure that you
So
plan to go
cool.
do that. And there will be a special trolley that will take them and drop them off there. And so need to come to Paducah. Be sure that you see the fiber bombing that we did yesterday downtown, where we put fabric and quilt blocks around some trees.
It's raining fabric? Is that from the trees?
Oh,
Is that-
yes, some of it is, and some of them is wrapped in circles around the trees. We tried to put in a little public art display. And when you see those trees down on 2nd Street, those are 2 really good parking lots right there for you to be able to park in. So I can segue any which way.
Yeah.
Oh my
You did that
goodness.
so well.
Speaking of show quilts,
Hey, look what she's got.
this is the catalog of show quilts, and it is hot off the press.
Literally.
See, look. Oh yeah, it's fresh. So, it has all of the different quilts that have entered.
All of the semifinalists.
Yes, all the semifinalists. And so you get to go through and enjoy them. You can also get it on CD so that you can
so
enlarge them on your computer and look at them.
This book is for purchase. The show book is for free.
is.
Correct.
That's correct. They get the show book
Yes.
free with their admission. That one is a purchased item.
Yes, you want to be sure you pick it up if you're at the show, and if you're not, we do have it available at shopaqs.com.
We do, yeah.
And you can pick it up there and have it delivered. That way you can like show along with us.
And
Kinda
there's
like
also a
sew along, but show along.
There's also a DVD if they'd rather have the DVD version of that.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
And you could pull that up on your computer and inspect the details. That's so fun.
Always so fun.
Well, I hope that you've picked up some good tips today on how to vote. All the information that's on quiltweek.com of what's going on at the quilt show. And just remember, when it comes time to vote, anybody can vote. You can be in any country of all those different ways that I mentioned, your smartphone, your iPad, your computer, or at the show, and we want you to participate. Now,
Oh,
go ahead.
no, I was just going to talk about donuts.
Oh, yeah, somebody brought us donuts.
My
Oh my
fiance
gosh.
Terry has brought us donuts for a little donut testing. We have donuts from
Oh, yeah.
Reds, and we have donuts from Dunkin' Donuts, and
Oh, my goodness.
he said share them. So
Wow. From
That's what I'm gonna do.
everywhere.
Okay, well, so next week we will be coming to you live from the Quilt Show, and I expect that we'll have some winners, or some first place winners at least at that point. And the voting starts now at 6 o'clock on Tuesday, that's next Tuesday, and it ends at 12 noon on Friday. And on Friday evening, we will have our awards presentation and find out who the winners that you have chosen will be. We'll see you next week.
bye-bye.
Bye.